the first challenge, as it would have said, I'm a hardcore car guy and trying to see and how to establish a truck brand in India. So clearly you can see how I took ahead Ashok Leyland and Nissan joint venture trucks and actually selling like a car. Now, it was a risk which I took. Maybe that was the reason I was hired, that try to look at a truck, how do you sell a truck like a car. Nobody attempted it before. Just to give you a small background, Ashok Leyland Nissan joint ventures manufactures the LCVs in India. We took the first challenge is we will redefine the way people look at trucks in India. Not only trucks as you would like to buy, how you want customer to experience it, how do you want to position it, how do you have a team. None of my team members in all sales, marketing, product development have a truck background. All are actually a car. How do you actually look at a truck from a car point of view? Today people think that selling a truck is actually like the guys, we create an impression that truck customer is a customer who is not sophisticated, he doesn't understand anything, he's very hardcore, not polished guy, therefore treat him like that, the way you treat a truck guy. But to me, he pays much more money to you than a car guy pays you. So question is, how do you look at him? And that is how we have done. Just to give you feedback, my truck dealers none of them are truck dealers, they're all car dealers. They've never sold a truck in their life. None of my dealers have sold a truck in their life. None of my team members have ever sold a truck in my life. The truck has a waiting period today in India for like 3 months. When you have people saying, is the market going down? Is the discounts are very heavy? The Ashok Leyland Nissan venture joint trucks have a 3-month waiting period. After you pay the full money, then only you get a truck. So clearly shows that our steps towards making that new way of doing truck business is actually doing very well. Maybe it's a risk we took, but that is how you market something new. So with that in background, let me just give you how I look at things in India on B2B. We understand as a typical, it's a commercial purpose, it's an application, it drives the purchase, value is a cornerstone, and there is a rational purchase. When it's a B2B, people think these are the 4 things which comes to your mind, that people are buying a truck or any other application, they are looking for business, and there is actually more and more economic value to what he's trying to buy, and there is always a rational purchase when they do. To me, I don't agree with all of them, but this is a typical B2B understanding, as we say. I'm not in agreement with all, I say partially I agree with it. There is an emotional content which not many people have captured. I have captured that in the way I do business. I've just put it, since I'm a car guy as well, if I put this up, one side I say supplier involvement, there's a customer involvement. As you're moving up from here to here, you're moving actually more towards car. If you have a small FMCG things, you're very much in the bottom. White goods, passenger cars and SUV, there is a consultant. You do talk to your friends, you do talk to your people. When you buy a small car, you want to talk to 5 other people. Is it good? Is it giving you value? Service is okay? You do a lot of consultative selling as you do it. But as you move towards truck, it becomes more and more company, enterprise selling. That means you're clearly really hardcore. You get into some of the rational thinkings as you go up. So this is the way FMCG to car, and I put small commercial vehicles here, but I'm saying large vehicles as you move up, it goes towards the enterprise selling. 3 stages of marketing as we understand. One is understanding value, then creating value and deliver. This is normal, we know. In case of B2B, after this, I think it comes down to the issue of even worth. You want features, you're looking at advantages, you want benefits, then actually is it worth it? I'm going to spend so much of 30-40 lakh rupees to buy a truck, is it worth? After doing everything, you still want to know, is it worth? Now, broad spectrum, I have just defined, I'm just giving you definitions of as we understand things. There are basic applications, we have loading capacity, we have seating capacity. Now when we go down in that same business, we get into business. Am I buying a truck for perishable? Am I buying a truck for construction? Am I buying a home needs? In case of passenger, I am going to intercity, I am going to do more facile. So clearly there is a way you break down the understanding of that business as you go more deeper, whether it's a goods or a passenger. Clearly if you see, this is a small LCV from Ashok Leyland and Nissan. The same vehicle has 3 different applications. This guy is trying to use a refrigerated container, has one application. This guy is moving white goods and this guy is moving water bottle. Same vehicle having 3 different applications, 3 types of bodies. So clearly customers understand this. Even though I'm buying a basic vehicle, my understanding of usage of the vehicle, therefore modification of the vehicle will be quite different. This is how customer cuts it down. Similarly, business variation again comes on. Am I going to do intercity? Am I going to intracity? Am I going to be individual operator, small, big? Am I going to be captive? See, I think we all need to understand nowadays customers are very, very clearly, they will not buy. There was a time, I'll say, there were only 2 truck companies in India, Ashok Leyland and Tata Motors. You will buy whatever is offered to you. This is the choice you have. Today, customers have started drilling down, and this market will become more and more specific as you go forward in future. When more and more international players come in, the market is going to get sliced down based on the various applications and various business models. Target customer needs is a very complex matrix of business, customer, demographic, and business model. See, clearly it's a very, very complex market. And the biggest problem today we have on the dealership network in India is salesman doesn't understand how do you actually do this properly. At the end, he thinks somebody's walked in, he needs a price, he needs a discount, and that's the end of the story. No, it's actually boiling down to, can I slice it? Can I target the right audience through a proper business application? There's a different need for customer, demographic, as well as business model. Purchase behavior. See, I just touched upon the understanding customer. Now I'm saying is, again in a purchase behavior. This behavior in a B2B is very much driven by purchase behavior. Visibility, word of mouth, and peer perception are one of the very key elements in a B2B. A truck guy will ensure he will go and seeing there is a Hindi word. I know I'm speaking in a Chennai. In a Hindi word, it says, "Jo dikhta hai wo bikta hai." It means if I'm seeing a vehicle on the road, then it must be a selling vehicle, must be a good vehicle. The first thing in any car business or truck business we should do is to actually make sure we first make the vehicle come on the road. Because not a lot of people carry perception. If they're seeing that vehicle on the road, definitely it must be selling. That is the way I call it visibility. Word of mouth, very important. They will definitely ask their fleet operators, is it worth it? Is it giving you a problem? It's not. High stickiness due to existing ecosystem bearing for high switching. See, nowadays if you go to a fleet operator, he may not like to keep a mix of vehicle in his fleet because it's an ecosystem. He has to maintain his fleet. If you're a hardcore Leyland operator, you will tend to keep all your vehicles of Leyland in your fleet because you can maintain it properly. Similarly, Tata guys. Therefore, if you see this country is quite divided, the north and west will be dominated by Tata Motors, south will be dominated by Leyland because they are very comfortable in that ecosystem. They want to see the vehicle what they have. And obviously, cost of ownership is important nowadays. And obviously, multiple investment and long purchasing cycle. Trucks are never sold on like an emotional car sale. Today you decided with your wife that I want to buy a red color car with so and so features. Maybe in the 7 days you would like to close the sale, or 5 days you visit 2 showrooms and you close the sale. In a truck, it moves on. In a B2B case, it moves on to 3 months, even 4 months many times. He'll keep doing a lot of research before he ends up buying a truck. And obviously longer replacement cycle. Cars, I've seen car replacement cycle in India on an average is around 40 to 45, 48 months, 4 years you replace your car. In a truck, it may go up to as high as 6 to 8 years. So these are the understanding. Once you understand this customer's behavior, you will make your strategy accordingly. Clearly, one thing is that this is an actual survey which we do. This is for light, small commercial vehicles, so therefore look at test drives. But if you see, it's a clearly top 3 elements are, he's looking at visibility, he's looking for recommendation, he's also going to the issue of mechanics. So different kind of selling for a B2B, very much rational driven. Some emotion content has started coming in recently, which was not there earlier. He started watching newspapers. He started looking at advertising. Earlier days, I will say these percentages used to be negligible. Today, people started looking even truck advertising in some form, whether it is brand or maybe it's a company equity, but people have started advertising. Mahindra Navistar is one example. Ashok Leyland with Dhoni is another example. Tata Ace is an example. People have started using a media to communicate a message faster. How much that is successful, I'll say, I will not like to comment for any other company, including my own company. But again, I said there is a change in the trend. People are communicating about a truck.